Hi, I'm Shiva. Welcome yet again to PracFit. Most of us, when we see the new advertisement about the latest weight loss machine or diet pill or the new fad diet in the market, wonder if it will work for us. One question I keep getting asked the most is whether something will help me lose weight, or why am I not losing weight despite doing this? It's time to learn more about the basics and science behind weight loss. Your fitness and your body weight are deeply related. Being in a healthy range of body weight is usually essential for your body to function normally. I have always been of the opinion that science and information is power. Understanding the science behind how your body manages your weight is key to understanding the first step you need to take towards a healthy body weight. This becomes even more important because of the flood of myths and misinformation floating around and marketing gimmicks trying to sell things that don't work. But once you know exactly how weight loss works, it is not hard to see through incorrect communication. This is stuff everyone needs to know, and I will try to cover the basics of net energy balance, that is maintenance calories, calorie deficit, calorie surplus. Then I'll be talking about how important macronutrient balance is, that is how much proteins, carbs or fat you need to be consuming. Importance of getting micronutrients, that is vitamins and minerals in your diet, whether meal timings are important or not. I will also be looking at a few supplements that people take and whether they work or not. Also, what causes a weight loss plateau or stalling of weight loss and what could be done to get out of it. We will also be looking at how intermittent fasting works vis-a-vis weight loss and a few other diet plans as well. Today, let's start with the basics of weight. Our body is comprised of, let's say, almost 64% water, which is almost everywhere in our muscles, blood and everywhere in between. And then almost 16% of our body is proteins, and proteins are not just there in our muscles, they are in our neurons, enzymes, hemoglobin and everywhere in our cells. Another 16% is fat, maybe more for some people. About 4% is minerals like calcium and phosphorus in our bones and the iron in our blood. And around 1% is carbohydrates, which is constantly getting used up to give us energy. Now, what our body is and is made up of doesn't last forever. Our energy gets used up, our cells break down, we run out of stuff that makes our enzymes. So to survive, we need to get the stuff that makes our bodies from outside. That stuff is food. We need a constant supply of food that our body can break down to get the raw materials to replace lost cells in our body, and also to get the energy to actually do this entire process of breaking down food and synthesizing new material. Our life itself depends on these two reactions that is taking place in our body at all times. Catabolic reactions, those that break down big complex material to smaller components, those can be used by the body to synthesize stuff that we need. And anabolic reactions, those that actually synthesize that stuff from small components. This entire process is what we term as metabolism. These components of food that our body needs to build, maintain and repair itself are called nutrients, and they come in 6 major forms. First is water, that makes up most of us. Second is vitamins, which are either fat soluble or water soluble, and these work as the body's support staff to help it use up the other nutrients. Third is minerals like calcium, magnesium and phosphorus that hardens bones. Iron, that is a very important component of our blood. Potassium, sodium and chlorine, that helps maintain the pH balance of our bodies and also basically helps our brain send signals to the entire body, which is very important. And then the nutrients that are most talked about everywhere: carbohydrates, fats and proteins. Carbohydrates come as simple or complex carbs. Glucose, which is a simple carbohydrate, is the most important fuel source our body uses to drive all anabolic reactions. Basically, glucose is essential for us to survive. This is why our body is very particular about our blood glucose levels. It is maintained in a narrow range, and any dip in blood glucose levels may spell disaster. Fats or lipids are essential as well. Our body uses fat to store fat-soluble vitamins, synthesize essential fatty acids, store energy for later use, make up our cells and tissues, and convert them to other components that our body uses, cushion our organs, and insulate our neurons. Proteins, on the other hand, make up muscle tissue, without which our body won't move and our heart won't beat. Make up our enzymes that are responsible for every chemical reaction in our body. We will cover each of these macronutrients in detail in a future video. Our body is a very efficient system that has evolved over millennia, and most of what we are right now is because that is what evolution thought was the best method of survival as a species. So, it is very efficient in surviving for a considerable period of time without food, which is incredible looking at how important food really is for our day to day functions. It does a part of this by storing excess energy that we have as adipose tissue or fat. And when our body does not find enough energy to do what it does, it uses up that stored fat and breaks it down into energy and other components needed for our survival. This gives a very basic idea about what causes weight gain and weight loss in our bodies. We will cover this more the next time. Stay tuned.